What's up, guys? There's so many messed up, weird things in this case that just don't make any sense whatsoever. So definitely go look into it uh, and come to your own conclusion. I think the cops are wrong. I don't think this kid did this to himself. I don't even see how that's possible. That's how wrong I think they are. But I got some. Sorry. Uh, so I'm gonna go real slow and let you guys pause it if you want. You can pause and read yourself because I'm gonna read it to you, and I'm not the best reader in the world. Oh, it's pretty long. This one is called Yellow Tape, I think. Yeah. The ambulance pulled away, and Maria was left in shock and distraught in the driveway. Two officers, Maria's the sister, the older sister, I believe, if I remember correctly. Two officers were left at the house, a male and a female, and they were waiting for detectives to arrive to begin the death investigation. AJ and his mother, Jamie, began to consult Maria, talk to the officers on scene, and help with the toddler. The distress call from Ramona came in on Jamie's cell regarding the men's clothing and a potential intruder in the house. Jamie ran to tell the officers what Ramona had said, and they told her they would take a look. They searched the house and did not find anyone inside. A few moments later, a detective arrived and asked to question Maria. James sat beside Maria to supervised the questioning, and Maria began to detail what was she saw. Also, immediately it was clear that the detective thought it was a S. The detective asked if Sean had ever tried to harm himself, and Maria said that she didn't think so. He asked if she had ever seen any marks on his neck, and she told him he might have had a scratch the week before, but she thought it was from one of the younger boys who is aesthetic and often grabs necks. He asked if Sean had any problem at school, and she said that he had an issue with three girls at school who had been teasing him around Christmas, but that it was months ago and that the issue was resolved. He had friends and had been on a Disney cruise the week before and was high on happiness. As a result, Sean had given no indication of depression or S indicators. She could not recall anything out of the norm. She insisted several times that the position Sean was located in would indicate that he had been harmed. It was unnatural and didn't look like a position one could put themselves in. He was so much that he could have stood up fully at any time. She described her account of the evening in a as much detail as she could, as she was still in shock. She sat at AJ's and sketched what she saw, but the investigator did not take her sketch. Yeah, see, they're not even they already figured out what happened and don't care about anything else. These investigators suck. I'm starting to think all cops, when it comes to stuff like this, suck. I had to skip over some of that stuff because of YouTube's. Yeah, they don't let you have that kind of stuff on here. Garrett arrived home to a swarm of marked and unmarked vehicles and people he didn't recognize. He parked and headed straight for Maria and hugged her and whispered in her ear, "I love you," with tears in her eyes. She told him that she loved him too. Handed his son off to he handed his son off to Jamie and Ramona's boss and hugged his 2-year-old who had also been home. He thanked God that their toddler was okay. He approached Vija, which is Sean's grandmother, and told her that Sean was gone. You could see the hope drain from face as her arms fell to her side and tears streamed down her cheeks. As she moved slowly forward, she grabbed the railing on the front step to brace herself as she muffled, "My little Sean, my sweet Sean." Memories of holding him as a baby, his sweet smiles and his laughter flooding her thoughts as she stood in shock. One of the officers approached Jarrett and asked a few questions. Jarrett asked him what happened, and he said that when he and other officers had arrived, he knew something was off, so they called in the investigator team. He said, "This doesn't sit right with me. I don't think your son did this to himself." An officer told him this. "This don't sit right with me. I don't think your son did this to himself." But eventually they come out and say he did. Jared agreed and said Sean would never hurt himself. The house was locked down and the remaining family members couldn't go inside. One neighbor, an older gentleman who lived alone, the one with the non operating cameras, brought a folding lawn chair so that V could sit. He hugged V and told her he was sorry. Damn. An old gentleman across the street looked on, but would pretend to be busy if his gaze was met. It seemed like the entire neighborhood was watching. The investigators went through and took pictures of the house. They took pictures of the back swing set and began to look around and document their surroundings. The family had not been given access to these pictures. Why not? Let them see the damn pictures. A neighbor, Michelle, had stopped by with some pizza, and the kids ate on the front steps. The female officer asked for James's name and phone number in case they needed to update on the kids. James gave the officer her cell phone number. Jamie gave the officer her cell phone number. I don't know why I keep calling her Jamie or James, but it's Jamie. Cell phone number. While loading up the car to transport the kids to another location, a female neighbor walked over and insisted on talking to Maria. She was really sketchy, and Jamie kept telling her to leave. She seemed to be well. Intended, but something was really off. She kept walking away and walking back, just trying to talk to Maria. She kept telling Maria everything was fine. She would be fine. Jamie asked her to stop approaching Maria, and she and Ramon's boss took VG and the kids to a hotel on Lagley AFB. They all sat and waited for Ramon and Jared to return, knowing that Sean was gone. Damn, like there's a couple parts in there that almost made me tear up. So lots of sketchiness in this.